So I woke up this morning, um, and I was about to start praying and listening to some gospel music, and God told me to be real with y'all. Not trendy, none of that. So, alright, cool. I had this vision for my life. It was like perfect, you know what I mean? You know how you like get like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. And none of that happened in the way I thought it would be. At this age, I thought I would be making, I have 2 degrees. I thought, by moving back to my hometown, I would be able to make at least $75,000 with my experience and be able to take care of my family. I just knew, how you just get in your head and you're like, this is easy peasy. No. We moved back 2 years ago, and all of a sudden I'm teaching at a Christian school. First of all, if God told me I was moving to be a teacher, I would have never moved. So God knows what he's doing. That's neither here nor there. So I've been teaching for a year and a half at a Christian school, and I feel like I've learned more from them than I'm probably teaching. Like, I've learned so much patience. I've learned so much patience that I don't think I've ever learned this much patience in a short amount of time in my life. In 33 years, I've been learned to be this patient. But in these last 2 years, my patience has went from here to exponential. Okay? But financially, it's went from here to the opposite of exponential, whatever that is. So, fast forward, we couldn't afford to stay in the house we rented when we first got here, and I just knew I'd be able to afford it because I wouldn't have got it if I didn't think I was be able to, right? So we had to leave that house 2 weeks ago, and we moved back into my mom's house. So I'm literally sleeping in my high school bedroom. And for a person like me, when I tell you that hits the gut sometimes, that like my ego is gone, vanished, depleted. My humility is here. Yeah. And I'm assuming that was the reason for this. Because at this point, we have to save up money to be able to afford another place. And it's so hard to say that, to be real. Because I had this plan for my life, and it's not going according to my plans. So I get on this app every day, and I'm just like, oh, I'm going to do a nice trend. I'm going to do a little dancey dance. I'm going to do this little 8-second video, and it's going to be cute. I'm going to get like 100 likes. No, 100 views, not 100 likes. And I'm going to just keep doing it when life is knocking me upside my head. But I am grateful because I feel like a lot of times God will cause you to deter from what you thought you were going to do. But at the end of the day, you're going to realize he has your back because he's never going to let it go too far. He's never going to let you fall too hard. So it's like I'm sitting in his hand. His hand may be lowering, but I'm still here. I never left his hand. My family, we're not homeless. We're not in a shelter. We're not on the street. We're not living out of a car. We're not anything like that. I still have a home. I still am with family. We still have food. I'm just not necessarily where I want to be. I'm in transition. And in this transitional phase, I feel a little vulnerable. And I'm used to being the strong one. I'm used to being the one with the money. I'm used to being the one that don't have to worry about nothing. Everything on auto pay. I ain't been able to do that in a couple years. Okay? I rarely get my hair done. I don't get my nails done no more. I used to be able to buy the makeup I wanted, the eyelashes and everything. Haven't been able to do that in years, and it sucks. But I trust God. I trust God. I trust that one day I'm going to look back on this video and I'm going to see why God needed me to be in this space. It's all going to make sense. And I'm going to remember that God had his hand on it, no matter which way it went. Up or down, side to side. Sometimes it feels like I'm going in circles. But it's going to make sense. So if you happen to be in the same predicament as me, we got this. We got this. We, me and you, we're going to be okay. It's not ideal. It's not what you thought it was going to be, what I thought it was going to be. But there's a reason. You have a greater purpose. Your life will be amazing. You'll be in the will of God. That's the most important place to be. In the will of God. God, don't take me where I want to be. God, don't put me where I want to be. God, don't give me the finances that I want. Lord, please keep me in your will, because that is the safest place for me to be. I had another job offer, making way more money, but I wouldn't have been in the will of God. I wouldn't have been in the will of God. And I'd rather be in the will of God than to step out and do this on my own and fail, because at that point his hand's not on it. So that bottom I said I wasn't touching, I would be touching. Okay, if I'm here in his will, but if I step off, the bottom is endless. And just that fact alone keeps me humble, keeps me focused on God. It keeps me praising God's name. It keeps me waking up every morning. That's what I'm relying on. And I don't know who this message is for, but God told me to tell you to keep going. Keep going.